All right. It's Friday, and I hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's a no Ken stream today. No Kens allowed. No Ken talk. No Kenisms. No. Can he talk about Ken today? It's not happening. There is no Ken discussion. So if you came here for Ken discussions, you might be disappointed. It's just the truth. Because you guys are sick in the head. You guys got to hear more about the Ken on Ken issues, which are really pretty minor compared to what can happen in this world. Oh boy. We are so absolutely needy of something going on, aren't we? Oh boy. Guys, I got to get my stream up here. Hold on. I freaking got the I got to get my live going here. Hold on. Just give me a second. I got to at least it's there. I can see it. And we got sound. So that's good too. So I got I've got a monitor. That's good. Look at all look at that. You guys are sick, man. Oh my god, look at all those people. All you got to do is put up something controversial and everybody wants to talk about it. So, is this the I hope this is the Voice of Reason channel. Is this are you guys looking for the defense of Ken Dono? Are you looking for the persecution of Ken Heron? What are we looking for today? Good, you guys are over it. That's good. This will be a short stream then. See where all the budget's gone? Hey, I did. Hey, okay. I've got choices today, right? I've got choices. So I can lie to you guys and then put up material. There we go. There's me. I can put up material about expenses, or we can go into. You can look at my profit loss ratio, or we can look at this stuff. We can look at these private conversations between uh, Ken and other people. You tell me what you'd rather watch. I told you it's Ken free. I'm not going to cover this. I am completely not going to talk about that right there. These are actually Dan Sampson, Drone Worship, shared these with me. And he says, use them. These are private conversations between me and Ken Heron. But I don't know. He said, use them. He didn't say you couldn't. He says, put them up. And really, anyway, really what's in this box right here, okay, in this list of conversations are really nothing new. So if you're looking for something, or we can look at my tax return. Who do you want to look at? Oh, you want to look at Dad Random's tax return, or you want to watch that? Okay, so yeah, I know um, it's a little bit it's a little bit sickening, isn't it? After this point, but it is what it is. You know, it is a S show. But we can have a good show instead of an S show. And I only got an hour. I'm not staying on for longer than an hour. Guys, you're lucky it rained today. If it wouldn't have rained, I wasn't going to come on at all. I was not going to come on the stream. I was not going to do it. I was not going to do this stream whatsoever. Um, and I can hear my wife getting home here. She loves this kind of stuff because they, women talk about this. They talk about this stuff all the time. When guys do it, it's absolutely dumb. But anyway, it's good to have you guys in. This is a Ken free stream. We are trying to talk all things not Ken. So we're not going to talk about Ken Heron or Ken DoBo or Ken the doll, Barbie. We could talk about Barbie, but no Kens allowed. You cannot talk about Ken. And I think I thought I saw. Let's see here. Eat more possum in the house. Waypoint in here. Brian Murphy going, hey. How you doing, Brian? All right. Murphy Productions in the house. Appreciate both of you the same person. Here, let's put Brian in our moderation. It's moderating. Moderator in Brian. Let's see. What time is it? Yeah. I don't know if I'll go there. I told you this is Ken free. We rather talk about Dad Random's. We'd rather talk about Dad Random's tax returns. Okay, we'd rather do that because this would be much more fun. Or would it be more fun to talk about the feud that is now on the down low? I think it's going. Maybe it's still there. I don't know. I was falsely accused of trying to use this absolutely terrible topic, this thing that just absolutely is grinding everybody to down to nothing. We're to nubbins because we're so upset about the harassment. I'm Brian, just throwing out another. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Brian? But we in the house, and guys, I have no idea where I'm going with this. If you guys absolutely are sick of this crap, I will just leave it go. I am so happy with that because I'm 17 minutes into the stream and I only have 40 minutes left. That's the way I look at it today. Oh, thank you hey, Brian, I appreciate that. Guys, yeah, if you don't know this, I am a teacher. That is my job. That is my normal job. And I had a Friday today, and Friday went pretty good. Yesterday was terrible. It was horrible yesterday. Believe me, the school part's easy. If getting into finances, okay, I just want you to understand. The last thing on my mind is this crap right here. Just to give you an idea where my brain is right now. Okay. Yesterday, I was called in. Teachers, we get called in all the time for miscellaneous things. ASAP, it was a message. Okay, it says, I need you to come in ASAP. You need to talk to this person. Okay. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And it wasn't like a parent or anything. So I'm like, I get on the phone and it's the payroll lady. Okay. The payroll, it's payday. Okay. And I'm like, all right, this is pretty serious stuff. So what could be going on with payroll? So guys, this is totally, I told you it's Ken free right now. Okay. Ken free story. So I get on the phone and I'm on the phone. I've left my class. My class is sitting there by themselves, trying to figure out why I'm going to get this information. And I'm like, hey, I'll be right back. Everything's cool. Just do this stuff that I told you to do and I'll be right back. I get there on the phone. I'm talking to the payroll. I say, did you do it? We're looking at your payroll slip here, and it says that we got a kickback of this money from this account. And I'm like, wait a second. What are we talking about here? What's going on? And she starts talking Chinese to me, basically stuff I don't understand. I'm like, what account, this and that, and then I start to think about it. I'm like, uh-oh, this does not sound good. Well, lo and behold, somebody hacked into my payroll account, in my work account. They made themselves um, a payroll deduction, okay, or not a deduction, basically a payroll, avenue. Um, so they got into my school payroll, and it went to, I think, in New York. So my money went. That was payroll for me. And she was getting back. She was getting to me because some had been kicked back. Some money had been kicked back, and she's like, "What do you want me to do with this?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Where is it going? I don't understand this. You're talking Chinese." So it was a bad day. It was really bad. So um, I am a high school teacher. Okay? I teach social studies. Do you understand now the personality? You guys getting it? All right. Okay. I've been teaching for over 30 years. I'll probably finish at about 38, maybe 39, something like that. I'm on the 40-year plan. So you're wondering where this personality comes from? It becomes from an everyday job. But anyway, so my account got hacked at work. Somebody sent money, my payroll, somewhere else, and we're now trying to find out where it went and if it's ever going to come back from freaking Kazakhstan or Nigeria or France or wherever the hell it went to. So I really care less about Ken today. I could care about Ken Dono. I could care less about Ken Aaron. Those guys can kiss my at this point, even though I'm very interested in it. So that was my yesterday, and then that was yeah. So this stuff went on, and it was yeah. So now let's actually look at some of the conversations. Should we look at the conversations, or you want to look at my tax returns? Because it's not looking very good right now, is it? You guys, okay? I think we got to know that. I think we got to, guys. What I want you to do is take. This is what I want you to do, because then you'll understand about why the fight is going on. Okay, so I use when I in my job I use a lot of metaphors. Okay, I use a lot of like comparisons when I talk about things and to put it in perspective. Okay, to get it in a better perspective. So to understand what when YouTubers are battling out, what they're actually battling for. What is the fight going on? So obviously we've got a very harsh climate for drones. All right, everybody knows that. So first of all, don't get all your underwear in a bundle for thinking that YouTubers are making any money. YouTubers are not making any money. They are basically picking up pennies in different places. They're picking up affiliate links. They're picking up pennies from AdSense. They're picking up pennies from sponsorships, possibly. Some of them are getting fee payments. And you hear Ken all the time talk about fee payments that, he negotiates a fee, they pay him, and then he does some work, right? Um, so anyway, there's not a lot of money being exchanged. It's not a lot. Most of the money goes to YouTube. Okay, YouTube makes pretty much 90% of all the. Uh, um, they make most of the money. Okay, they make the lion's share. So if this, I just want you to I want you to see what in a year what I've done. So I'm a real minor dude. I don't do a lot. Almost all the money comes out of my pocket. There's some that comes from YouTube payments. Some comes from some come from some from Amazon. Okay, so I do get a kickback from Amazon, small amount. You'll see and I'll give you some averages. The other one that comes from like say products that have been gifted. The worst thing that I used to think this was kind of cool, but the worst thing that can happen right now is you to be gifted a product on Amazon because they're worth nothing. Okay, they're worth zero. And you either need that thing or you don't need it. If you don't need it, you usually don't go there. I usually don't go there. But anyway, if you try to resell those items, you've got a lot of people reselling items on eBay, and they'll resell those for pennies on the dollar. I would say 25 cents on the dollar is what the average return is. So we're not talking a lot of money here, okay? But if you look at in and out, okay, you said no Ken word today. Hey Lambo, I'm not talking about Ken. I'm talking about my tax return right now. It's tax season. You guys want to see what all the big money I brought in this year. But this is what I want you to do is I want you to put it in perspective. So you take the number of subscribers that are in my channel right now. Okay, I've got I'm working on 9,000. I'm working up. That's where I'm at. Um, I'm at 8,000 something, right? 8,200 something like that. Working towards nine. All right. What's Ken at 50, 60,000 something like that. First of all, the subscribership has no bearing on what they make. It has to do with views. So if their video sucks, it doesn't make any money. Okay. So if you have 100,000 subscribers, you have 50,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter. If you put up a video, and I think Ken Heron actually did this, but he never put up his finances because I'm freaking open about this stuff. I'm going to tell you exactly. First of all, I don't earn a living from this stuff. It's helpful. It allows me to have fun, but it doesn't make me zero money. I make zero. This year I actually made less than zero. And that's so. So anyway, I thought you'd think this is interesting. Okay. Um, and we will talk about Ken today. Okay. You want a little tidbit of Ken? Let's do a little Ken talk here. Let's go over and then we'll get back to my freaking tax return. Oh, there we go. There's my tax return again. Oh my Lord. Look at the profit loss total. Look at my revenues. 12,498. Oh, that's so much money. Look at my expenses. $13,539. Guys, when you buy a Mavic freaking 3 and you buy 3 of them in 1 year, you get numbers like that. And then you buy all the other crap that goes along with it. You buy batteries for your FPV quads, you buy whatever. So Kai's always giving me crap at why I'm so tight. That is why I am tight right there. There's my bank balance right there. I got $1,600 in the bank and my PayPal credit. So that's how much money I owe PayPal still for something that I've already bought. Okay. So that is the story of Dad Random right there. So if you wonder, oh man, what's going on? Guys, this is how you run a business. Okay. You don't run a business off the freaking seat of your pants. You run it based upon profit loss. And there's my revenue and expenses total. And I'm going to actually break this down into pieces. Okay. But instead of that, just so we can make this somewhat fun, I'd say we go here for a second and we look at general public doesn't hate drones at all. Let's look at that. Okay. Okay. So I want you to think of my numbers. Okay. And I want you to multiply those by the number of subscribers those guys have. But even then, that doesn't really give you the true picture because what I want you to do is look at how many views they get on their videos. Okay. So if you like I said, my best videos, I'm getting about 200,000 views. Okay. 200,000 views. And then you look at how long they view it and then what you earn on it. So I'm going to give you an example. On about a 200,000 view video, you are getting probably maybe $300-400 total. You might be getting more. It depends on how long that video stays active and how the product does. So I always tell Kai when he's bugging me, he's like, hey, why don't you buy this? And I'm like, I'm not going to buy that because it doesn't make me any money. Okay. I'm going to only buy things that people want to see. Okay. And that's kind of why, look at, Alien, look at all these guys that are doing this crap. None of these guys are open about what they do. Tell them that get one of these guys, get Ken or get Ken Heron, Ken DoNo. I don't want to know. Actually, Ken DoNo actually put up some of his numbers. He put up his Etsy numbers. He's actually making a pretty decent little bank on Etsy, but I don't know what goes in, what goes out. I don't know if it's net. I don't know what his profit margin is, that kind of thing. But he seems like he's doing good. And he's probably pulling a lot in his contracts with the realtors for doing his work. But Ken DoNo doesn't get paid until the house sells. So a lot of these realtors put him on a contingent. until the house sells, and then he finally gets paid. They pay out, the realtor will pay out the photographer, and the, if somebody like sets the house up for him, that kind of stuff. So I said $1 per or 1,000 views. That's probably a pretty good number, Lambo. Pretty good. I think this is interesting. I wish somebody would have said this to me, and would have, when I went and it wouldn't have prevented me from doing it. It would have given me goals, and I think we need goals when we work. But that's why when I put up a, I take a subject like this. Okay, let's look at the Ken versus Ken controversy, the controversy. Okay, this is probably about a 50-cent argument that's going on. Maybe, let's see, say I get 500 people that watch this stream. Okay, and so you're looking at like what, 75 cents? Somebody the other day said, "Hey, Dad Random, oh, you're just trying to make money off of this." I'm just trying to make pennies off of this, of this freaking argument. It's a joke, guys. Guys, my true love is working in a school. I like working my job. I like dealing with the freaking public. That is my talent. This is fun. This is fun too. So, let's see, Scotty Kilmer. Let's see, Scotty, the car guy must have been. Oh yeah. Oh, guys, if you're seeing somebody with millions of views, oh my God. Exactly. So Waypoint, if you're looking at the people that are doing the car stuff, or like iJustine, she'll do a product and she'll make like 2 grand. It's awesome. I wish I could be Potato Jet, but I'm not. I'm Dad Random. That's what I am. But so here we go. Good news for the public. Okay. Now, is Ken going to make some? Is he going to do well on this with their 13,000 views? He's probably made about $18 right now at this point. I don't know where he's at now. I'm hoping his numbers are going up as I speak here. What I should do is I should sue Ken Heron for a percentage of his gains, because I was part of those gains. So I should get at least what, 50 cents for every what for every 1,000 views. No, 50 cents. No, 25 cents. I'll take 25 cents. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? Guys, until I started to keep my numbers regularly, I've been keeping my numbers now for about 4 years. Before that, I didn't care. And my accountant finally said, we need to start keeping track of your numbers, just to make sure. Because not because I was making any money, but because I can create debt. Okay. Because debt will help me with the money that I'm making in my job, where I'm paying thousands and thousands of dollars in taxes. So I think I opened up and said that this year I'm going to pay about $15,000 in federal and state taxes. That's roughly where I'm at. So this crap that goes on YouTube, I fucking care less. Especially if I don't get paid like yesterday and my money went to China. So yeah, I'm not very happy today. Oh my Lord. I think they caught it yesterday. They caught it. So it was the 2 months before. It was the months that snuck into the Christmas holiday, and I wasn't checking my payroll. And you got to watch that stuff. Check where your disbursements are going. Okay, where they're basically transferring. It's a money transfer. It's money fraud. So it's wire fraud. What happens? So. But right. So this is pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, now let's have a little fun with this, right? Okay, so guys, I'm doing 2 things at once, and what are we? 33 minutes into the stream, right? Okay. So, okay. Okay. I forget. Hold on. I got to check on something really quick to see if I got to check on someone, because we've got a couple things going on here. So I just got to check my messages today. Is Jeremy in the stream today? All right. All right. Anyway, I was contacted by somebody who was on Ken Heron's stream the other night. Okay. And they they were, I understand this. They were on, and I don't, guys. They sent me an image, okay, and um, the image was from a super chat that was given to Ken Heron. Okay, so this person gave a super chat to Ken Heron, and then I guess Ken DoBo told him something mean. Okay, he basically said you can all get okay for doing that, for giving him money. Okay, that's not very cool. Okay, I don't think that's cool at all. But that I told this person that I would say that this is real. This is not something that's made up. If you just go on to Ken Heron's stream and just look through people that give him super chats and you look at responses, it's going to be there. I thought that was I didn't watch it that closely. Um, so I just thought that was kind of cheap. He basically sent me this text and said that he was angry, that he's that he doesn't he okay, you've got people that think Ken Heron is an absolute charlatan. He's terrible. He's he's I'm coming back to this. He doesn't care. This you got all that. You got that side. Then you got the other side of the argument, where you got like the Ken Dono argument, which is I need this drone thing because it helps me with the other things that I do. And by you making a farce of it, and it hurts me, and it makes him angry. So uh you just got baited by the master. Lambo, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not. I'm going to stop. So Lambo says we shouldn't talk about it. We should just go talk about my tax return. So I'm gonna suspend the discussion, and we're gonna go right back to talking about my tax return. Okay. So here we go. We're going away from, because Lambo is upset that I baited him into a stream where we're going to talk about Kens, and I told you I cannot talk about the Kens. Not even for losing $1,000 this year. I probably lost more than that, by the way. I probably lost more than $1,000 this year doing this stuff. Guys, if I paid for this monitor I'm using, that would be another 1,000 I would lose. If I paid for the microphone, or the computer is actually used. Oh, Jim said it. Lambo, I know you don't care about this crap. So what? Oh yeah, you did. What clickbait? Guys, I am actually getting some humor out of this because I lost a bunch of money the other day, and I don't really care about this. I don't care about it. My payroll check went to China. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Oh, you like my spreadsheet, John? Hey, John Coopy, I apologize. I used part of one of your videos. Remember when you did the Bang Toys video? I thought I used some of that in my Bang Toys video. That was from your review. I took the flight, uh, the flight, um, the flight footage, because you had some pretty good flight footage. So I just wanted you to know that I'm coming out right now. I'm giving up all of my secrets. I'm giving up my income. I'm telling you, I got wire fraud transfer itis right now, and I don't care about the Ken Donald stream. So, and John, appreciate you coming in. Okay, you are now a standard moderation. But John, we really appreciate. I actually appreciate a lot of your early videos. I watched those. I watched your Bang Toys video. I think you did did you do the X? Did you do the Sky? The Sky. What the heck was it called? What did I call it? I don't even remember. Oh, okay, okay. We got to come back. Um, we got to come back, because Dan Drone Worship just showed up. Okay, and he can explain now. He can explain now. This is what he gave me. He gave me this. Okay. All right. So we're back. We're back to the Ken. I told you this was a Ken free stream. Yeah, John, we appreciate you. You're a great pilot and you're a good guy. And I think you did some great stuff and hopefully you do more. You know, I've seen you do your FPV stuff. FPV stuff makes no money, by the way. So when you put up a video with one of these, unless you're buying and selling like Cinewhoops right now, 2 inchers, and your name is his last name is Burns, will you be making any pennies? So Burns is the king. He's the king. He's got him set up good, and he's actually kind of future proof because he flies beneath the radar most of the time. So really appreciate him. He's a good dude. All right. Okay. So in the Dan, you might help me with this. Now, these were conversations that, and of course, he was talking with Ken DoNo as well. But this is actually Dan talking to Ken Heron, telling him what he feels. And anyway, so it says, I'm going to throw this out there, but if I was you, I'd remove the video. I think that your methods were a bit kind of, childish. And Dan, I did watch your stream today. I did watch that. I thought you said it pretty well. Um, Now, I've actually thought about that because Dan came out and said what he felt, and he doesn't have any problem saying that. I'm like, guys, you have to understand, in my job, I have to be a middle guy all the time, and I have a hard time taking a hard position on anything. The one of the stereotypes is that American teachers, we only talk one side of the fence when it comes to politics and stuff. No, we don't. There's a lot of really good, like, two-sided, well-grounded people, and that's kind of me. I talk about both things, but it doesn't mean I don't have an opinion. And my true opinion, and I told you guys this, was that I thought it was very childish, and that was parroted by Dan Sampson. Okay, and, and I'm not going to tell him to take it down though. That's his job. He can just, because he's not going to take it down. It's worth like $10. Why would you take it down when you can make $10? Because this community is that small. So yeah, I have to be the middleman. And it's not that I don't have a position. My position is, it's not, but I don't have a hard position on this. Um, I know that I'm still going to be able to fly because Ken is banking on what I told you I'm banking on is there's going to be very little enforcement in the next couple of years. Very little enforcement. The enforcers don't have a lot of soldiers walking on the ground. So so for something like that, which is technically legal, there's no such thing as drone harassment. And believe me, he has that friend that he brings on every so often on his stream. I guarantee he bounced that off of that lawyer, saying, okay, if I do this, is that going to get me, that he bounced that idea off of him, which is pretty smart actually. So, but uh, let's see, Common Dad, read your live stream title. I hate clickbait. Oh, come on, Dad, read your live stream title. Hey, Jim. Uh, all right, okay. Jim says that we need to go back to my tax return. So, guys, instead of going to this next section where we get to Ken Heron and what he has to say, we're going to go to my tax return. Oh, it says lawfully. It's not harassment. However, it does not make it moral, and I agree with that. Hey guys, there's my tax rate. You like my spread? Hey, John Coopy. Okay, John's here. Okay, my spreadsheet's bigger. Okay, let's it's itemized here. I've got my AdSense revenue. So if you're wondering what I made this year in AdSense, there's the number right there. That is not anywhere near my best year, just so you know. I made a lot more money than that in a year, but that's what I made this year. Look at how lazy I've been. I'm such a crappy YouTuber. Right here's my Amazon commissions. Right there. That's what I make It's in Amazon. I make uh, about every 3 months. I make $100. All right. So, oh, okay. We're gonna go back to Dan. I feel bad because Dan now feels outed. He feels that my tax return is not enough for this stream today, and that I need to return to make this stream viable. Okay. To make this stream viable, I need to return back to here. All right, here we go. Oh boy, what do we got going on here? Now we're back. All right. Okay, so we're going back, guys. We're going back to what people want to see. This is Dan's. Okay, here's Ken Heron and what he said. Okay, this is great to hear from you. Okay, this is to Dan Drone Worship, to Dan Sampson. And he says, great to hear from you. Thank you for your opinion. Because he basically said, that's what he said. He's like, yeah, I think you should take it down. He says, as you know, my personal policy doesn't allow for getting involved in such drama. The video is only creepy to those who choose to view it in that way. That's exactly what he said on his live stream. If anybody is truly upset by a tiny whoop drone hovering in front of, now this is his statement. This is what he exactly wrote. Okay. He thought this out and he wrote this. If anyone is truly upset by a tiny whoop drone hovering in front of people, he says, just hovering in front of them, then our beloved hobby is not long for this world. Okay, that is a quote. That is Ken Heron YouTube writing this, and that's his official statement. Okay, so what do you think of that? Okay, all right. So he said that. Thank you for your opinion. Okay, as you know, my personal policy doesn't allow for getting involved. Okay, I'm getting involved in all this stuff, this garbage. So, what I should do is call Ken DoNo and see what he has to say, because I'm sure he has something to say about that. Let me see if he's on. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get Ken DoNo on the phone and see if he's wants to comment here. Can I find him even? Oh boy, this is stuff, guys. The problem I have is I got if I can't find it, then I'm. He actually tried to talk to me on my previous stream, and I had to leave. I had to go pick up my wife from work. I'm not gonna freaking sit there and talk to Ken DoNo and freaking when my wife is sitting there. Who would you rather have pissed at you, Ken DoNo or your wife? Tell me that one. Let's see. Let's see here. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I did with that. Okay, Ken, if you know, just freaking communicate with me. Where did I put that? Guys, is that why I got freaking ransacked by the Chinese mafia the other day? Because I can't keep my phone in order. Oh man, I can't remember. I thought we talked on Facebook. Oh, Facebook Messenger. I thought we talked on. But anyway, I'll come back to that. So I don't. Ken, if you're listening, freaking reach out again. See if I can get you back on here. So anyway, I'm good with that. I mean, guys, I'm already 48 minutes into my stream. So there's, like I said, so this is Ken. He says he didn't harass anybody. It was just, and and one of the things is we do believe that I think that's what he felt. I mean, sometimes we don't think we're harassing somebody when we're obnoxious. If an obnoxious person by nature that's obnoxious harasses somebody, they don't know they're doing it. So we're just going to say possibly we have a obnoxious individual, maybe very talented one, by the way. I think Ken Heron is very talented. So anyway, I was trying. Oh gosh, what is DoBo's freaking? Where's your number, DoBo? I can't remember. Guys, I don't keep these things like so I can. I don't covet these things. This is a great responsibility to have these this responsibility. I feel like Superman sometimes. Let's see here. Oh boy, guys, I told you I spent a lot of time on dealing with another issue the other day that kind of dwarfs this one. So, crap. Oh boy. Guys, if I can find this, this would be fun, but I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, maybe, no, it's not. Is WhatsApp? Maybe, no. I can't remember. WhatsApp? Is it freaking, is it, well, so, anyway, let's move on. We will move on. Oh, that's right. Are we still, is this still boring? Oh, you'll send me Ken's number on Messenger? All right, here we go. There we go. Let's see here. Get Messenger out here and see. It would, you know what happens? Sometimes I'm on the wrong Messenger. That's what's going on. I'm on the wrong profile because, you know, guys, I got multiple profiles in multiple places and multiple people. Let's see, switch. Let's go here. I got a switch account. Let's go to this one. There we go. I got it. I found it, guys. Okay, I'm going to shoot him a phone call and let's see what he's got to say here. All right.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Oh, there we go. There it is. That was the great Ken DoNo. He is call screening me. So there you go. Oh, he said he could. You never know, guys. You got a life outside of this. I told him I'd be around sometime. He probably saw my stream and said it's a no Ken stream. He should know better. Everybody should know better, you know. So, all right. So we got call screen. Oh, he called screen me. Oh, he's seen it. All right. Let's see if he'll answer this time. All right, here we go. Let's try it one more time.
It's been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
He's probably trying to figure out who I am because I'm some creep freaking trying to call him. Oh, that's okay. I am a creep, aren't I? I'm not, guys. I'm not a very high level creep though. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the Ken Heron discussion. All right. So there, of course, there's some Ken Heron stuff that he would have on his, and of course, I mean the satire. Now they're talking about satire here. Okay, he doesn't want your Ken drama line. Oh, that's true. That's true. Guys, I would not go on this stream either. I truly wouldn't. If I was him, I would just like, why the hell would I want to go there? It's okay. So anyway, this is Ken saying it was satire. Okay, this is Dan saying it was satire, and they're discussing what satire is. Satire can sometimes be construed as you know, harassment, but it just depends on where it's coming from. Like I said, if you're an obnoxious person and you say things that are satirical, it might sound different than if you're more of a serious person, and it may be very difficult for you to be satirical. It's the opposite. So anyways, questions, Ken, is do you want to let's see, do you want to be here? No. Hey Jim, I got you sucked into this. You know you like this now. Guys, I'm almost done. I promise. I got 6 minutes and this is over. Okay. And then you're going to see my tax return. All right. Here's Ken Heron again. All right. It says internet, say down below, it says, internet going hard, man. Okay. This is actually Ken saying internet is going hard, man. Okay. He knows that the internet's going hard. kind of like Saturday night, with him and his girlfriend. They are to take no prisoners mode. It says they are in take no prisoners mode with you on the Facebook groups. Oh, that he's talking to somebody. I even saw one with you and Philly on it, and it says in a jail cell. So I don't know who he's talking to there. But can you? Is this Dan? Is this you still? Um, that was me saying that to Ken. All right, you actually saw a picture of Philly and Ken in a jail cell. That would actually be a good meme. I do not wish that on either of them. I like Philly too. I had to distance myself from Philly because he talks crazy. I like him too. I really like him. He's just the way he is, and sometimes you just gotta push back. Gotta push away from those things that can be not very helpful. In your life. Here, you guys don't want to see me small. There we go. We'll make me big. So yeah. So this is Ken talking about satire. I know you guys can read, but he should have been more clear about it. And that's what he said in his stream. He actually is very consistent in what he was talking about. So let's see. So we try to hit Ken DoNo again. Let's see if he'll answer the phone. He's like, I'm not gonna. These guys are idiots. There's no way I'm gonna freaking deal with this. Let's see if he shows up here. So let's see sound wise. We do have ringing. See if he can answer. He's thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to answer this freaking guy. I totally understand. Hey, Ken, I only got like a few minutes left on this stream and I'm out of here. I got to go. It's Friday night. That's what he's thinking too. He's like, oh my God, I'm with my kids. I'm in my car. I don't want to talk about this. I totally understand. He's not being rude. All right, that's it. That's it. We only get so many rings before you become a stalker. So, all right, I'm not going to stalk you anymore. That's his private life. So I'll stay away there. Okay. Anyway, and so anyway, is it satire? The point of the video. I didn't see that, guys. I'm a very I know satire. I grew up with Saturday Night Live, and them talking about people, Weekend Update and, talking, but I'm Joe Biden or I'm Donald Trump or whatever. If a comedian's doing it, it's technically mostly satire. It should be satire. So is Ken's a shock jock, right? Technically a comedian. So there. So I didn't get to see the picture though. Dan, can you show that? Do you have the picture? Can you please share the picture if you have it? Okay. Can you share the picture of Philly and Ken, if you got that? That would be interesting to see that. I can look that. Can you send it to me in WhatsApp? Do I have you in WhatsApp? Oh, Ken's showing up. All right, here we go. Here's Ken. Here we go. All right. Hey, Ken, how you doing?
Man, what's up, buddy?
There we go. Hey, I apologize for messing around in your life. I am a stranger, so but we're kind of going over the issue of satire, and we're talking a little. I didn't want to talk about this. The title of my stream today is a no Ken stream. But obviously we went there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. A lot of people are still sort of curious over it, and there's, basically a lot of talk about it because it's just, you have somebody who has a lot of visibility, a lot of optics, and then when something stupid, goes down,
yeah,
it's. I mean, things are just going to be talked about just because of who people are sometimes, unfortunately.
Right.
And when the whole thing went down, initially, I told Ken, Ken wanted to do his test call. Like, before somebody goes on his stream, he always does, like, a test call
Right.
And I said to him, I'm sort of going to film a reaction video to your video. Why don't we talk about this after I do the video? Basically, because I was already like battling with myself, like whether I even wanted to be on the show with him at all.
Yeah.
And I basically, after the video went live, he had called me. I missed his call, and I called him back, and we were, talking to him. And he didn't care about the video. He didn't care.
Right.
The only thing he cared about was, look, I brought up Remote Pilot 101. He says, well, you were sort of talking shit about Remote Pilot 101. And I said, no, I wasn't. I said, I just said that if that was one of my sponsors, I would be concerned about the optics. I would probably say something to myself like, hey, that's not what we condone or we want to see.
I didn't even think about that example. That's a perfect. I forget that he's a big Remote Pilot 101er, and that's a huge part of how his channel gets paid. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I'm just thinking as how it's going to affect me too, because I obviously I don't have as much in the game. I don't have as much skin in the game as you do. This is you have to use this, and then what came to me was I remember when you posted your video of the guy freaking harassing you at the home that you're trying to film. I mean, I'm like, that is freaking frustrating.
Well, and the difference between that is I didn't like the whole time. I mean, there's a video. I didn't know that there was going to be a video. I didn't, I said some things that I'm not happy that I had said, but I didn't know that my brother was recording. Which I mean, because I guess he's never experienced that. Like he's never gotten like crazy confrontations.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't know, and he started. He started recording, and one thing led to another, and then he gave me the video after the fact, and I was like, I guess I could chop it up. It is a good example of what not to do, but also not to back down against some of these loony bins. I mean, because the guy was a complete lunatic.
Right, and that's usually they are, and I think that's the Ken Heron side of his stories. He's like, most people aren't lunatics, and that you can fly a drone by somebody and they'll be either annoyed by it.
So here's my thing. I think that is true. Yes, you could probably fly a drone by them.
Right.
But when you're actually trying to fly it at them, or you're intentionally trying to gauge a reaction of somebody who doesn't know that they are a part of a video or they're part of an experiment or a prank, you're going to get a natural human reaction, and it's that natural human reaction that is the problem. That's the problem just as shock YouTube as a whole.
Right.
We see it on TikTok, Twitch, you name it. People doing these in real life live streams. They don't know they're a part of these live streams. And in that regard, like I can only think about it like how I think about it like if my wife or my kids were out there and I had some creeper just randomly recording them with a cell phone. Yes, everybody has their cell phone. But when you make it blatantly obvious, you're sort of like, wait a second, why am I being recorded? Like, what's going on? Yeah, you have the right to do that, just like those First Amendment auditors or whatever the hell they are. Like, yeah, you have the right to do that, but doesn't always mean you should. Because there is a human element, like a decency element that I think goes into things. And it's like, I've never once is it ever crossed my mind to do that. Now I get it. I'm also giving him the benefit of the doubt that his genre of content is more entertaining, or I won't say it's entertaining. I'm going to say it's more entertainment based, not so informational based.
Right.
So I'm going to give him that, understanding that knowing his content, knowing what you sign up for, that's the type of content you are subscribing to when you subscribe to his channel. So understanding that, but that doesn't give you an absolvement. Like that doesn't mean like you're because I know you're this clownster, you're this jokester, that I have to be okay with you making poor decisions. No, that doesn't give you a pass in being able to make a poor decision. That's my thing with him is he's like, oh, it's satire. It's sarcasm.
Yeah.
No, that like I'm gonna go tomorrow, rob a casino. I'm gonna reach across the table, grab $500, $1,000 in chips, and when they ask me, why I did it, I'm gonna say, well, it was satire. It was just a joke. I was just joking around. No, you can't do that after shit doesn't go your way. You can't say it's satire. That's not
Yeah.
That's not how life works.
Yeah.
That's like something a kid would do.
You don't have to. You don't have to hold back here. I don't claim to have a PG state, but I'm not looking for that from you. I'm actually very happy with the tone that you're using now because I think, guys, first of all, I'm not
I was
fired
up. I was
yeah, I'm
fired
not, but
up
I'm not.
because
Hey, I'm not trying to be
it's tough.
critical of you either. I'm just trying. I feel like Dan, Sampson, who, sometimes I've seen that kid grow in 5 years. He's literally, I mean, he's got his, the things that he does, and but I think he's got a good perspective sometimes on things, and even because he likes to fly like us too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's, and I'm not trying to pander to you. I don't freaking I don't care about this.
No, and
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I never.
But I don't
always
like.
said in my life, I
Yeah.
don't want to surround myself
Yeah.
with people
Yeah.
that
Don't.
will enable me to make a bad
Yeah.
decision just based upon.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong about something, I expect people to tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I'm wrong. But I also will be the type of person that if I am wrong, I will always own my mistakes.
Yeah.
I've never once
Good.
shied away from making an apology. Or if I was wrong, I did apologize to Ken in the extent I hung up on him that night. I hung up on him because I was furious with him on the phone. I hung up on him. I did text him back and I said, "Hey man, I'm sorry about that. I hung up, but I went back and rewatched the video because you said I was basically trashing your sponsor.
Yeah.
And I went back and looked and I didn't see me trashing your sponsor. I'm like, I looked, I watched the video. I listened to what I said specifically.
Yeah.
And I don't see where I trashed, Remote Pilot 101. I'm just saying it like, I don't see it. So like, if I did, say where I did or what I did. I mean,
Well, you're back. The thing is, you're backing down because I think your comment was in the right. Is that, hey, we have basically a sponsor that their goal is to make good pilots. Okay, to create people that are responsible. This is not responsible.
They preach safety. They preach
right.
all the things. And before like I'm talking about before Pilot Institute was ever a thing. Remote Pilot was, I would say, the big dog in the industry.
Right.
And they did, they cared about that. And Ken Herron, before I ever really got big in YouTube, and before I would say Ken was ever really big, he was always talking about Remote Pilot 101. And I gave their courses some mind. I didn't take it to do my 107, but I always gave it some thought. And I don't have anything against Jason Shepard at all. I think they could do more in the industry. They choose not to. That's on them. But I mean, that's their prerogative. But I don't just if I'm doing something and I've had a shift in my mentality.
Yeah.
Over the past year or so, like, what do I want out of YouTube? What is YouTube for me? And YouTube is not a profit leader for me. It's not a job for me. It's not the same as Ken, and I recognize that.
Yeah,
but
my satire today. I'm doing some satire too. It's showing my expense report for this year. it's freaking funny.
Yeah, trust me, I just got done going through that, and I'm just like, wow, I was telling my wife, I said, it's always interesting to look at like what you net and then what you like or what you gross and then what the government sees that you net. Because
right.
It's like, damn, it humbles you very quickly.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It sucks. I had a small business for quite a while. I've actually been a teacher. That's my main job. But I've actually owned a small business. I had a lawn and garden service. I actually owned a restaurant. We owned a garden center and stuff like that. So I understand profit lines, and that was a big business, and it was a failure because all we did was break even every year.
It sucks sometimes.
But it was fun. I enjoyed the ride. I would have never.
You know what? I'll work for myself broke.
Yeah.
Before I work for somebody else. Work for somebody else.
Yeah, you're like a lot of people. I loved working for myself. I was a lot of responsibility. I didn't have any time off. I was working on Saturday. I was working on Sunday. I was working on vacation. I had to bring my phone. I was on the phone with people.
Sucks, man.
But no, you don't have to stay on any longer. I think you made your point. I think you're the voice of reason is here, and I think what you're saying is.
I did want to bring up one other thing.
So, go ahead.
Like many, that were probably curious, I did watch his live stream last night because, I was like, all right, if you're going to say something about me, let's hear it, And, he did a good job of not saying anything. But I will say, what people watched last night wasn't a live stream. That was a master class in manipulation. Yeah. That was a master class in manipulation.
Say it like it is.
Because what he did was he started out like any master manipulator would do. He says, okay, let's get you right in. Let's get you right into the emotions, right? Let's get the emotions going. My good friend Jeff Sills is, he's got a water heater. Now, Jeff could possibly actually need a water heater. He possibly could. I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's what I do know. I didn't see anything on Facebook from Jeff that indicated he was having an issue like this.
Yeah.
Usually, and just basing this off of just humans today, if they have a problem, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go on their Facebook first. Nothing. Yeah. Number two, even if he collected, let's say $600, $700, is Ken going to go to look at a Lowe's or a Home Depot and order Jeff a water heater tomorrow, knowing that he's not going to get paid out for that AdSense for another 30 days?
Yeah.
People must think that there's a cash out button on YouTube that says, "Oh, we can cash this out tomorrow." There's not. There's not.
Nope. It comes out on the 21st, man.
Right. So how long? This guy is going to wait 30 days to be able to get his water.
I think since he offered, he should go and actually go and put his own cash on the line, go buy it, wait for his AdSense money to show up. Yeah, no.
He didn't make it. So what he should have did, if he really did this, he should have said, "Hey, we need a hot water heater. A good hot water heater is about $400, maybe $500, give or take, right? I'm going to put up $250. We need to raise $200
there you go.
Jeff. We need to raise $200 for Jeff for a hot water heater."
Yeah, no, there are very, I don't know. I didn't want to watch the stream because I don't enjoy it. So, but I did scroll through it. I did scroll through it to see what the message would be and how he was going to explain it. Anyway, if you're with your family, I'm out of here. You need to go.
I'm actually I'm driving back to the studio because I have to upload and get all the gear unloaded for the day. So I'm driving. I just actually I noticed my tire was low, so I figured I would go.
Yeah, you need to put air in your tire. But thank you. I appreciate you popping in. I'm just I don't know if you've ever watched anything I do. I'm very simple, but I do like to be able to get involved sometimes in some of these little spats. Because I'm always in the middle of this stuff. I mean, I have to deal with kids all the time. I deal with adults. I'm a professional problem looker at her. But I think there's two sides of this. I truly think that Ken legitimately believes that what he does is okay, and that's what you got to understand about him. He does not see a fault in what he does. So
I know he doesn't, because when I talked to him on the phone, he kept saying, "Well, it's only creepy because you're making it creepy."
Right.
People.
It was creepy. I thought it was creepy.
His comparison was, he said, "Well, people put cameras on RC cars, and this and that, and that's okay." Listen, he's going to surround himself with the people that are going to give him the answer that he wants. And the bottom line is this: the most overused word in drones is community.
Yeah.
Is community. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does community even mean? Like, because you watch his channel or because you subscribe to somebody, you're owed something. I tell people all the time, you don't owe me fucking anything. You don't owe me a goddamn thing.
There
I
we
don't
go.
know you from Adam. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to subscribe. I don't give a shit if you subscribe. I don't get paid. I don't pay my electric bill with subscribers, views, none of that shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But, I do like to create content, and most of the content I create is genuinely for myself. Yeah. But, I watched the show, and I know why he chose to bring Shelby on, because Shelby is going to be a yes man. He's going to decide. Nobody knows who the fuck Shelby Ball is. Maybe a couple of years ago they knew who he was. That guy talks more than anybody I ever see. Just listening to him talk just raises the hairs on my arm, because I'm just like, this guy's a fucking douchebag. 100%. And number two, and I'll say this to his face, I don't give a shit. If you work in government, and you're doing top secret things, you don't say you're in government doing top secret shit. You don't say shit. I deal with stuff all the time. I have NDAs, and I would never allude to anything because as a professional in a specific industry dealing with sensitive information, you don't fucking talk about it. That's how I know he's full of fucking shit. Listen, the guy's 5'4", fucking little meatball. He can shut the fuck up. I've seen him at events. I don't care. And I'll say it to his face. Shut the fuck up, Shelby. You need to say less. Say less. In law enforcement, we would say less. God damn, dude. Shut the fuck up. That's what I like. Most of the stream, I can handle Ken. I could actually handle Ken more, but I can't handle the level of the exuding arrogance from that guy. Like, there's not a humble bone in that person's body. I don't care. Like, I don't like the guy. I don't like you get
we get the point that you don't like Shelby. Okay. I was going to bring up Kelly Green. Did you like him? No, don't do that. Let's not do it. We don't need to go there.
Kelly Green is okay. Kelly Green's not. I've actually talked to Kelly Green.
He seems like a pretty he seems. Is he a realtor too? Is he a realtor too? Is he a realtor?
He's in real estate. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I can get along with him though.
Yeah, you can talk the language with him. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go because I got to get out of here too. It was actually helpful. I think, like I said, I think we're all kind of I don't know. I think it's something we definitely talk out but in the long run, we have no control over any of this. We don't. We have
we have zero control. Yeah. It doesn't. And at the end of the day,
I just want to fly. You know? I just want to fly my drone here. I wanted to fly the other day, and I got myself involved in this. Just obviously, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a comment person, you know, and I'm like, well, I have just as much right to say some shit about this too. I mean, so anyway, that's why I brought it in. I appreciate you jumping in, though. I really do, and I appreciate what you do. If Ken was here,
like I said, I don't, you know, I'm not. I'll never. Here's the thing. Anything I've said, I'm not gonna walk back because I believe in what I say.
I would never want you to.
I try to do what I say, so I'm never gonna walk.
I walk back stuff all the time because I'm freaking a walk backer. I'll walk back. I'll walk back
stuff with my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife, she's the only person I'm gonna walk something back because that's the only person in this world I'm afraid of.
Dude, I walk backwards for I've been walking backwards for 30 years.
Well, I mean, you got it. You know, depending on how fast they are. I mean, you almost got it. But thanks for taking the call. Thanks for
no. We appreciate what you do too. Hey, if Ken Herron was here, I would tell him I appreciate the stuff he does because it's different. But and I look at your stream for certain things that I like, and then I look at his stream.
There's a flavor for everybody.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't watch his live stream because it's not interesting to me. It's just trash. But his videos once in a while are pretty fun. You know, there's some, he spends time, he sits down and he puts.
I think he was great pre 2021.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
For me, that was peak Ken Herron, where I was like, you know what, this is great content.
Yeah. I agree.
He's gotten into a rut, and you know what? Maybe this is what he needed to say. You know what? Let me sort of tailor things a little differently and find out what my audience.
Yeah, he's quite creative. He's creative in a different way.
He's a creative guy. He's resilient. He's like a cat. He's going to land on all fours and keep running.
Yeah, and by the way, you're freaking pretty damn creative too. I mean, freaking I watch some of the stuff you do with. I mean, I know it's computers, but you still have to film, and then you have to set up the shots. I mean, so there's some good stuff going on there too. So I just want to let you know that we appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate you guys, and whatever it's worth, whatever this fucking word community means to anybody. I hope everybody can.
I think real true community is we have discussions about stuff, and we don't just agree with everything that we see.
Right.
So
there's going to be differences of opinion, even if some people aren't well liked. I mean, that's just how it goes. You can't like everybody on earth.
Yeah. So all right, thanks, Ken. Thank you, Ken. I really appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Yep. Have a good weekend. Bye. Yeah. See ya. All right, there we go. We're done there with that. That was nice. I'm glad we got in there. So it is what it is. I think we got both sides. I think, guys, I'm over the stream right now. I think, Ken thinks Ken Herron thinks he's where he's at. I think, I think, and I actually, Ken showed his fiery side today. I mean, he shows his, but he also showed his thinking side. And I think all of us every once in a while we get so passionate about stuff. You've heard me rant that we sometimes have to say more, and sometimes that's too much. And that's like I'm saying, you get on a stream and people are basically giving to Ken Heron because they like his stream. I think we need to not say things about that. If there's any fault in this, um, that would be some. I wouldn't get on somebody's stream and tell everybody that they're freaking crazy and stuff. But anyway, that if you want to see any of that stuff, you can go and check that out. But all right, guys, I think we're done, huh? I think this was a no. This was a no Ken stream, and all it was Ken. Right? Do you guys want to see my tax return? Does anybody want to see my tax return at this point? Oh boy, guys, we don't know everybody's stress too. Another thing I want you to know is everybody has a level of stress that they deal with, and we don't know what they're dealing with. And some people deal with their stress in being being funny, and some people deal with their stress being critical or being fiery. And hey, Jim, I had no idea this was going to happen. I did not plan this out. My plan was, and I told you, okay, I told you that my plan um, was to look at my tax return. So we're going to look at my tax return. Oh my gosh, let's turn that off. Here it is, right here. Here's my. Let's want to see my expense report. Okay, look at that. There's all the numbers. There's the money going out. Look at all the money going out. I don't think I got it all either, by the way. Here we go. Adobe Spark. No. What is that's a program that I use to make thumbnails. Epidemic Sound for my music. Shipping costs. This is selling stuff on eBay. And I did bring in what? I forget what I brought in on eBay, but I spent about $200 in shipping costs. You guys, that is not eBay charges. Look at my eBay sales charges. $1,300 went into eBay sales charges. Drone licenses and fees. I itemize my truck. I use office square footage. You got to do it all, man. Here's my e-bikes that I bought this year. So anyways, down there is my complete expense report. But anyway, I'm out of here, guys. My wife is calling me. It's time to leave. So hold on here. Give me a hello. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, bye-bye. All right. The boss has called and it's time to leave. And you can see it costs a lot of money to run a YouTube channel. All righty, let's go back in here. All right, cool. I'm out of here. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I think we had an opportunity to hear a couple sides of the story. I think we exhausted the Ken Heron topic. And what did we learn from it? I don't know. I don't know. Don't put up stupid stuff. I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I think that was helpful to hear DoNo. If freaking Heron would have called, he could have called too. Whatever. But yeah, he would just say the same thing. I'm right, and this is why I'm right, and you guys just misunderstood me. So that's what I tell my wife. You're just misunderstanding me, and then she'll tell me to shut up. Oh man, good night, guys. We'll take it easy. So have a good weekend. Appreciate you guys. I hope you had a great non-Ken stream. I hope you hope everybody has a great weekend. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Appreciate you. I think this is a good example. Hey, we got to love each other, man. And if you say community, you got to mean community. You got to say the tough things to people when they're not doing the right thing. I actually commented to Ken DoNo. I said, you can't just like call people out and tell everybody they're assholes, but that's his personality. Just like Ken Heron's personality is to be funny. There we go. All right. Take it easy. We'll see you later. Bye.